So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Aztec Safety is #1 for online safety training.
Aztec Safety is the proud sponsor of the Aztec Safety Challenge, the #1 event on the World Curling Tour.
And Aztec Safety has been a proud sponsor of Team Jacobs on our quest to represent Canada at the Olympic Games.
From the Swift Current Curling Club in Saskatchewan, a very pleasant good day. And welcome to Curling Stadium. For those viewers across the sea, konnichiwa, arigato gozaimasu. We thank you so much. Okay, and I'm back with you. So try this again. A very pleasant good day. Hello, konnichiwa, and welcome to Swift Current Saskatchewan. Sorry about those technical difficulties there in the interim. Glad to have you back. While you were gone, the teams threw stones. They were made of granite. They weighed approximately 42 to 44 pounds. They came from a beautiful isle in Scotland. The outsides are made of Treffer granite. The running inserts are blue hone. They went up, they went down, and it is still Danielle Inglis versus Satsuki Fujisawa. My name is Dave Schmel, and I am happy to be back here with you here on Curling Stadium. To be honest, folks, I have no idea how this whole operation actually works. It's so many levels beyond me. I'm just happy that and feel blessed and grateful to be able to share this with you. There's still action here. Try and get caught up on where we are in the end. There we go. We see Fujisawa skating down, and we're on the final stone of the first end. She lies one, trying to draw for two. Stone is on the way. Final stone of the first. Ladies just need to sweep it home. And they do. So I'm sure it was thrilling, but it ended up being too yellow. We'll be back, we hope, from Swift Current right after this. You're watching Curling Stadium.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection. Wait. Do you smell that?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatchewan in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbach coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock!
And we are indeed back in Swift Current, the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown. It is a very, very blustery day in Saskatchewan today. Currently minus 13 degrees Fahrenheit, even less than Celsius. Cloudy skies, but it's bright inside the ice shed, the beautiful Swift Current Curling Club. It was a deuce for Fujisawa. Inglis is going to try set up something here in end number 2. So the fans of Team Fujisawa, I see Loco Square in the back, and oftentimes in the chat I see it say Go Loco Square. I'm assuming that's a sponsor of some sort. I don't know. If you could educate me a little bit there, I'm just curious. I know when I was watching some baseball, I was watching the Hokkaido Nippon Ham fighters, no, Loco Solari, rather. I'm sorry. So what is Loco Solari? I'd love to know. It's their team name. So, Kelvin, are they going by like Loco Solari? You know, is it a Latin derivative like Fortius? That would seem to be a Latin derivative. Certainly the first person to admit when I don't know. You make that hit and stick, they lie two in the back. So now Inglis is going to draw into the forefoot. We're waiting for this one to curl. It's hanging for a very long time. Gets about halfway under. See, yeah, because the team from Hokkaido Fortius, and Hokkaido Fortius, to me, just doing rough translations, it sound like Hokkaido Strong. Loco Solari. Yeah, it does mean sun. Okay. Crazy Sun? Loco Sun? I'm always wanting to learn. But back to the curling. We have Suzuki Yumi here. Gets past the guard. Gets behind the Inglis stone as well. Probably a few feet deeper than they would have liked. Looking for the little draw tap here. This is Felissa Daly. Team hails from Ottawa. There we go. It takes a village, and we're figuring it out. That just rubs and does not get around, so you don't get the tap, you don't get the draw either. Worst of both worlds there. Oh, and she cracks them both. That was incredibly tight. Had to catch that so thin and encouraged off to the side. Of course, you can't sweep your opponent's stone above the tee line. Great shot. Okay, by the magic of Google Lens, it is Loco's three team name, so that would be the curling club. Okay, I get it. I get it. I like it. Here we go. Literally from other sides of the world, we connect and learn more about each other. Beautiful thing. And Team Fujisawa looking for a beautiful thing here. Really looking to lay the pressure onto Danielle Inglis here. Come on up. Gonna corner freeze. Still one for Inglis, but it's a good result. Gonna have to try to dig on the other side, which is not gonna be an easy ask. So Kira Brunton. From Sudbury, Ontario, makes that inside corner freeze. As mentioned there, it is J.D. Lynn there. You can see him there in the warm room with the toucan and the white sweatshirt. Ultimately deciding just to keep the freeze game going, because the way the angles are set up, get another one in there is going to be really tough for red to lie to. Still have the in-turn draw just to the pin, probably there. I think there's room past the guard to curl in. But I would be content to leave that for my opponent rather than a big upweight hit. So Team Fujisawa trying to set up a draw here to put the force in order. This one's very high. They're trying to get it as deep as they can. But by carrying it curled up maybe just a hair too much. So my question is, and I think it's quite possible, that right now Danielle can see about half of that Fujisawa stone sticking off the button. I think if you hit what you see on the right side as we're looking at the long shot, you might just spring it out enough to be line 2 or make it a lot easier line 2. Or the other way to do it is to run that stone they're looking at there. That angle is much better because if you hit that one and come into contact with one of the top 4, that yellow Fujisawa stone that's sandwiched in there is going to shoot out there just like mayonnaise in an egg salad sandwich. Now, whether that egg salad sandwich comes from Family Mart or Lawson's or 7-Eleven, that's up to you. But looking for the angle raise here. This needs to curl up a hair. It's going to be really close. Tap it, push it on, squeeze it out. Yes. And you lie at 1 and 2. Let's throw a quarter in the replay machine and see that again. It was right on line. They gave it just a couple licks. It came up and out it came. What a great shot. So now, all of a sudden, there's a big number coming up there. So, question is, can you draw in there well enough and freeze hard enough that it can't be removed? I don't know if you can. It was absolutely a fantastic shot. And now Team Fujisawa has to draw something up here. You had to be thinking, okay, I need to make sure I don't give up 3 here. How do I do that? And God forbid 4, because that's not out of the question right now without a good shot. So they are going to try to nuzzle on in there. And freeze in the best they can. Fujisawa Satsuki, final stone for her in the second. This has got to go. It's really tight to the guard. Got to get past them all. Just past. No, it hits the first one. And it does come up against their own. That might be the saving grace, because weight on that stone will cause it to go onto the shot rock. So it's going to be a draw on the intern side for 3. What an ending. All set up by that tremendous angle raise. Man. Final stone of the second. Drawing for 3. Needs full 4. Alien to Groot. Back and forth. They like it. They like it. Getting tight to the guard. Gonna make a little kiss, and it is in there for 3. Big 3 for Inglis there in the second. Grab your egg salad sandwiches and your all-dressed chips. We'll be back in the third after this.
Welcome to the Rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rockshop has it all. Shop online anytime at the Rockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The Rockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And welcome back. It's been a thriller of a first few ends here in Swift Current. It was a big 3 for Danielle Inglis to take the advantage over Fujisawa. And it was all due to that unbelievable angle raise. And don't know if that's still in the can, but if we get one more look at it, that was such a nice shot. As the lead stone comes down. Here's that angle raise again. I mean, it takes a good amount of vision just to even see this shot being there. And to call the line perfectly with just the right weight, and out it goes. And that's what brings us back to here. And if that's any indication of what we're in for, this is going to be a treat. And good respect from everyone in the chat, acknowledging how great that shot was. And that's about as straight a dead freeze as you're ever going to see. Now Fujisawa is going to come underneath the corner guard. They think it's a little spicy. Now it turns out it's about spice level number 5 and right under cover. So now with the two in the rings, lined up beautifully, would require an absolute missile to get rid of them. Here comes the guard. And that did not curl up enough. So it is going to give Team Fujisawa a shot at this one. Let's see. Fujisawa on the skipping duties today. Now, since it's not really easy to remove with anything less than a 4-second rock, this is more of a jiggle it and release it and, oh, stay it right on top of that. That's so good. Great shot, because now any way that you touch it, you can kiss that redstone goodbye. Two teams are putting up a show here in the early going. And we just get a nice simple peel there. Question is, Fujisawa going to release it now in lie 3 or do it later? Do it now, you're going to have to try to roll off or at least roll to center because you don't want to leave a double. If you leave the stone that you throw exposed, Inglis will have an opportunity to remove 2 yellows, which she probably would avail herself of. Yeah, it's easy enough to lie 3, but it's not what you throw, it's what you leave. And that's really, really the key discussion here. Because it's quite possible that if you hit it on the outside as we're looking at it, there's a real chance that it spills out to leave a double. So we'll see what they chose here. They're going to throw the guard and guard the open one. I think this is a good choice because Inglis can't really address that stuff in the middle unless she chooses to release it herself. Now that drifted a little bit deeper than you would have liked. So now you have the double peel and in order. That wanted to be about 3 feet higher up on the ice. So Brunton. Just a couple quick licks here. Banging, and they stuff it. So Fujisawa rolled the dice and came out a winner there. Now you might see her lie 3 because now you just can't really use that yellow that's undercover for anything. Yeah, that run back attempt, they didn't sweep it. If you swept it either way, just a little bit, you might have had a chance. Didn't need too much more deflection. Working this one hard for the line. They're going to hit it, and they scooch their own over. There is a double there, and Danielle has to throw it. Right now, she needs to be in avoid giving up 3 mode. Taking it on the in-turn. Just going to get the 1 and slide over. So opportunity still there for Fujisawa to convert and get a 3 here. And see, there's the first instinct, and I like that because if you look at them closely, you can't really make a play on the outside of the red too well because you're going to lose control of the stone underneath. And possibly your shooter probably leave a double. So the idea here is to hit this red and roll on top of yours. It's going to roll on top, almost frozen if made well. This one's over curling a hair, but still going to be, oh, neato. It shimmies it back and chefs on up, and they lie 3. So now this is a run back double attempt. You're looking to shove that yellow back into the one the third is standing by, and then kick that object rock into the one of the ones in the middle. Outside possibility it could go for 3, but just try to get the 2 here. Inglis on this one, almost coast to coast. It's going to go in towards the center instead. Opens it up and exposes them. Now those, you see there, those 2 yellows are in a pretty natural double configuration now. So Fujisawa sees that. The option might be just to play a little tap on the one on the top of the button, bring it back some. That's going to make the angle on the double tremendously more difficult. Suzuki and Yoshida Yurika coming on down. Still golden opportunity for Fujisawa to get this 3 right back. Just needs to stay with the course here. First of 2 for Fujisawa. Just want to get there and push it back just a couple feet. A freeze to it's okay. And a freeze it is going to be. Man. You can use super glue, Elmer's glue, rubber cement, They are frozen. So now it's going to be the double. Don't think the triple takeout can go. I think the one in the back wouldn't get enough energy transferred to it if you took that shot. So now here comes the double takeout from Danielle Inglis. Hard to hold the line. Curling up an awful lot. It's not gonna get there. Only gets the one. It'll be a draw for 3. They're just checking to see if they can come down to their own, and they can. So after giving up a 3, Fujisawa on track to get the 3 back right now. So Fujisawa has 2 in her pocket. Final stone of the 3rd. Looking to get that 3 right back. Keeping it clean, off and on. Walk the skipper's rock home. Now both ladies on it, starting to dig in a hair. You got the whole house to work with. You can't hurt it. And that'll do it. So there's 1, 2, and 3 for Fujisawa. 4-3 after 3. Inglis has a hammer. When we come back here on Curling Stadium.
Hey Mark, you ready for this game tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Cupsy, what are you doing over there?
Don't worry, boys. Was just on AztecSafety.com, took a fire extinguisher safety course. Paul, I'm putting out the fires from now on. Woo!
Welcome to the Rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rockshop has it all. Shop online anytime at the Rockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The Rockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
So with the impact to my business and income, will this delay my retirement?
I know you're worried, Marshall, but based on the original plan we came up with, you're only about 6 months behind.
I thought it would be years, not months.
You should feel good. Remember, you've got a plan.
Thanks.
With change comes questions. See the impact of your money decisions before you make them with RBC Wealth Plan.
Welcome back to Swift Current, and if you're just tuning in, it's been a treat. It's been back and forth. It's a 5-3 score after 3. Offense aplenty between Danielle Inglis and Satsuki Fujisawa. Thank you so much for joining us here on Curling Stadium. Konnichiwa. My name is Dave Schmel. And once again, happy to have you all here with us. So right back on the offensive train, and here we go again, folks. See some games that don't even get up to a score of 5-3. We've only played 3 ends. Standard opening here. We got 2 draws into the rings by the team without hammer. They got that one half undercover, not all the way. So they might choose to chase it. They make the hit, they roll under, and they lie 1, 2, 3. Probably decision time for Inglis now. She's going to go one more time underneath. Just try to chap off that high guy and roll underneath. Not the easiest shot in the world. So Kalissa. See lots of rotation. Watch it spring off. And it geared off all the way out of the rings. So will Fujisawa bring up the guard, or nope, he's gonna peel the corner. Playing this one close to the vest. Happy with the 2-point lead thus far. And Satsuki with the mighty peel. And all the way it goes into the compost pile. So now it looks like a bit of a gear shift here for Danielle and team. Going to throw a freeze here and hopefully line up the double later. I tapped it a little bit further than they would have liked. Gives Fujisawa a chance just to get it out of there. And they execute a beautiful julienne cut, just like a carrot. You might see Danielle try to get this back to a blank end now. Now they're going to take one more shot and trying to build an end here. I'd say this is the last chance you get at it. Well, that's not bad because it does group those ones in the back and puts them in position to be doubled. Still, this is going to be taken right on out of there. Want to hold the shooter in a place where it's not really gettable. Team Fujisawa would love to elicit the force here. They hit it. They don't roll too much now. Is there a triple? I don't think so. So they're going to freeze, tap freeze to the back one here. Make a little wall with some catchers. No guards up front, so they're likely always going to have a path to the forefoot. They get that tap, they tap it back a little bit, and they do leave a pocket there. Well thrown just as they called it. So they're going to look to fire this one on out of there. Just had to avoid the jam. And they threw that hard enough. There is no jam, no jelly, no marmalade. So do you freeze down in there again? They seem to think so. So looking to lock on to this one here is Danielle. This one has the line. Does it have the weight to get there and hold the line? Can't curl too much more. That's pretty darn good. So, see, you still catch the outside of that rock. Can spring it on out of there. Your shooter is going to go by the wayside, but force will very much be in order. Fujisawa with some pace. Got to hold it out there. Can't catch it too full. Oh, no problem. Away it goes. And it will just be the draw for one. They're taking a look at the slash. I'm telling you, it's tough. Because you have to take it over the top to ever... Well, the redirect is even tougher. So it looks like they're just going to hit this top one for one. He'd love to blank, but can't give up a steal. Final stone of the fourth end. They got the hit, they got the stick. It's not a problem. Put one on the board for red. Fujisawa up by one. We'll have the hammer in 5 when we return to Swift Current.
Hey Ben, what's the Aztec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Aztec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Aztec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
And welcome back for the second half of action here from Swift Current. You're watching the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown here on Curling Stadium, part of the Stadium Sports Network. Happy to have you here with us today. My name's Dave Schmel. Kaylee is on our production, and our executive producer is Jerry Gertz. It's been a great game thus far. Back and forth action leaves Fujisawa up one with hammer. throwing the Yellowstones in the 5th. So taking a look at this, both teams have had success when they put their foot down on the accelerator. And looking at how I expect it to go, I don't see either team reverting to an open format game at this point. Taking a look at some of the other scores right now. Over on sheet A, it was Isabella Rana all over Christy Watling. That game was over in 4 ends by a score of 7-1. And on the men's side, it's Steve Laycock with a 4-2 advantage over Michael Brunner. Rylan Kleider trails Ross White by a score of 4-1. And it's all tied up between Retornaz and Jordan McDonald after 4. And also tied up are Ranchfeld and Hosley. That game is through 4 ends as well. So it is great action. We have it all weekend long here on Curling Stadium. Total of 5 draws today and tomorrow. Playoffs are going to begin tomorrow. 24 teams on each side. The top 16 are making the playoffs. Obviously important to finish at the top of your pool if possible for the best possible positioning. So here comes the guard. And it does not make it over the hog line. So that's a hog stone and a free rock for Fujisawa. And in a game that's been played to this level of accuracy thus far, can't help but to think that that's gonna change the complexion here. Now you might see Fujisawa look to carry the hammer into the 6th and keep the even end advantage up by 1. Run the guard off. They do miss the one in the rings by just a little bit. So now from Daly. Just trying to tap and get a big gear and split it across. They are still in a double takeout position. And looks like we are buying a ticket on that express train to Blanksville. I do promise there will be a song for that. I have the music written, I have the lyrics written. Just need to put it all together. And they did not execute the double. They caught it too thick. Gemini, yes, it is a little bit colder than your average ice shed in Swift Current. There is heat, but it's just really, really cold there right now. So Fujisawa is definitely committed to trying to get the blank here. Inglis wants to avoid that, of course. I would suggest a good way to do that. Don't really think the guard's the best way personally. I would draw another one in and try to get a split. Maybe come behind. Second shot in the side of the house, possibly. The left side as we're looking at the overhead. I think they are looking to split their own deeper into the rings here. A nice variation in that shot. Improves your position on both rocks, hopefully. But electing to play it safe and just remove the opponent's rocks. Really want to stay on the rings. It does trickle off. So I got a one-way ticket to Blanksville. And she says, all aboard. So we're going to go back and forth, draw a hit here. So earlier we mentioned that Kitami is at one point accounted for about 70% of the world's mint market. It's a staggering amount. If you're in Kitami, you can go to the Mint Museum. I made the mistake once of planting mint in my house, and it took over my entire backyard. The best side effect of it was every time I go out to cut my grass, it smells absolutely delicious. And afterwards, I would tell the story to my friends, and they said, oh no, mint grows like crazy. You need to plant that in a pot. I wish somebody had told me that first. But it means if you come to my home, you can have an endless supply of mint juleps or mojitos, because the mint is aplenty. So Inglis brings this one in. Now, Tim, haven't had that. I wish raspberries would take over my yard. I like raspberries. Raspberry pancakes? I do make a fine pancake. They make the hit. Roll the shooter off to the side. Now, Danielle has appeared in 4 Scotties, 2018, 2021, 24, and 25. Her best career ranking was 7th in the world. Gold at the 2018 Kelowna World Mixed Championships. And silver in the 2021 Scotties. She makes the hit. Will it stick around? No, it won't. So here, you're going to see them pick a different spot in the ice just to get a line on it in case they need it later. But barring an unforeseen natural disaster, next stop is Blanksville, last and final stop. We'll board the next train on Curling Stadium after this.
Brett, come on, man. I know Aztec's #1 for online safety training, but we really should be out here practicing.
I know, guys. I'll be right there. Just let me finish this course on gas detection.
If you want to know more, I have many facts.
Do you smell that?
I'm sure you do. I mean, you always feel free to chime in with fun facts. But 70% of the world's mint production in Kitami, Japan.
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out.
Especially considering it's something most people in the world can grow for themselves.
Like the Masters heading to London in September.
Literally, we do mint juleps at our curling club for our Crooked Phillips Farm
Open
Field,
from Saskatoon in December. And the Players Championship from Steinbach in January. Early bird weekend
we make about 8 liters worth of bourbon
at
in mint juleps.
gsofttickets.com.
Yeah, it's a party.
Let's rock.
And I literally go to my backyard and pull it out by the roots. And it still doesn't go away.
No. Travels by underground rhizomes and seeds.
Open this gate. Oh, I had a science button that starts.
Studied herbal medicine for about 7 years.
Oh, well, there you go.
Mint is usually one of the ones first added to the tool chest.
Well, no, I love putting in my tea. You go, of course, if you go into your Arabic nations, like I was in Turkey, and everybody offered you mint tea, and you're expecting, if you're having an interaction, you're expected to drink it. You insult them if you don't take it.
Yep, for sure. I love Moroccan mint tea, though. It's excellent.
I want to go to Morocco this next year. Still trying to. And welcome back to Swift Current. We have that blank on the board. Fujisawa has the hammer now in end number 6. During the commercial, we were just talking more about mint between myself and my producer, Kaylee. Understand we were live during that. Thankfully, I didn't say anything I wouldn't want anybody else to hear. So Fujisawa now having successfully carried the hammer into the sixth. Oh, just squeezes it past that guard. For the record, I do like mint. Mint is very tasty. And apparently a key component in herbal medicine. So both teams playing hard there. Inglis would have loved to have that guard be higher, but it is up there. And comes across the face just a touch. So the question is, you can move a lot of granite here, but if you make this double peel, is that red going to come into the yellows in the back? Doing the geometry on it. I do think it goes over the top of them, but it is going to be quite close. So here comes Suzuki firing away. Trying to curl it over. One just grazes the one on the top. Didn't really catch enough of it there. Another half shot. Let's see if Inglis can take advantage of it. So here comes the guard. This one's a little bit heavy. Now you got to bring it all the way in and down to the yellow. Good audible. Now let's see what Fujisawa plans to do. For my money, I am going to curl to the inside of what's just thrown because that's the prime real estate. If you do that, you set up that double stagger. And here you see a good look at it. Going to make that red have a one-way ticket to the barn, even if the other red is played into it. So you want to put the center mass of that rock right on top of the S in that logo on the button. Put it right there. It doesn't matter what Inglis does. That stone that was just thrown is gone. Let's see if they agree with me. Of course they don't. They instead are going to try to remove these right now. And certainly slash it and get over the top and leave both of yours. Problem is going to leave you exposed, I think, to a hit back and possibly have you forced, which isn't the worst thing. Up by one in the sixth. Gotta make it, though. Gonna get over the top and just squeeze over. Kick it out, kick it out, kick it out. It does hang on. But they were able to execute that slash double. Nice shot. So countering that. You can certainly just get rid of these, but this does mean that your chance to steal is probably going to go by the wayside. Electing to lock it in there and still try to hang on, hope. Do you freeze the one in the back? Oh no, you're just gonna chip on out, and this is all of a sudden possibly gonna get dangerous here for Inglis, because Fujisawa lies one. But another one up top there, that's good. Can chase the one in the back and roll under cover, absolutely, but then the freeze is probably coming. And we're going to have a little chat about it. Now you see there, if you hit and roll towards center, you're leaving them all lined up. Probably not going to be an easy triple. Can't say for sure, but I don't think so. Could go to the other side, just like they're indicating now. Leaves a double available or the freeze, depending which tack Danielle decides to take. It's a tough choice. Here's the thirds first. Get the hit, they get the little roll. And Danielle is going to freeze. So this is Danielle going pretty much all in on for a steal right now, leaving all of her opponent's stuns. Big shot here. Comes up just a little bit short. but it's not the easiest to dig out. And it gave him a little something to talk about. So the easiest way to remove it is just off to the left, as we see on the overhead, and you can scooch your shooter over there. You can also put it between the two yellows, but that is decidedly more risky, although it is a better outcome. So for everyone overseas, your assignment is to go to your nearest Big Echo and record Let's Give Him Something to Talk About. Both ladies hard on the scrub here. This is curling an awful lot. Are you going to avoid the jam? You kiss it. Does it go far enough away? It does, and you lie 4. Now, if you're Danielle Inglis, well, you got something to talk about, because you're facing 4. Now she's going to try to kill these in the back, leave herself something to freeze to in the end. So the aggressive strategy taken on by Inglis may backfire here in the 6th. A little down weight, looking for that freeze now. This one can't be light. You gotta get there. Have to get there, ladies. Put your head down and sweep. On the guard is... Oh. Well, you could get away with it. You're giving your opponent a chance to draw and lay 5, but you're going to have a tap. You're probably going to have a draw. And all those Fujisawa stones are catchers for Danielle. Obviously playing behind the tee line. Once those stones get behind the tee line, they never get closer. So the answer for Fujisawa is to get there first. Her first to 2 here in the 6th. This has got a long way to come. You think it has all the weight it needs. Needs to curl, needs to curl. Ends up right on the pin. They lie 5. So the question is where you put it. And I think, you know you're giving up a point here. You know you're giving up. So how do you try to make it 1 and maybe only 2? Looking at the long view here, you could freeze to the left side of the stone. And then when it's hit, it's going to ricochet into all those catchers. You can fire at it with weight, but you're probably... You fire at it with weight, you could get the shooter. You might be able to make 4 rocks go. I do think the shooter goes, so the one on the button goes on the one on the back 4. The one in the back goes away. The problem is the one on the button, after hitting the one in the back 4, is going to hit your catchers in the corner. Your shooter will careen into the one on the side of the 4-foot, and maybe if you're lucky, end up frozen against the one on the side, but that is one heck of a fairy tale I'm trying to tell there. I think the freeze is what you have to do. It's not what they're doing. A little tap back with a lot of catchers is another way out, so it appears to be what they're doing. Danielle Inglis, final stone for her in the 6th. They tap it back. Well, they got the little catcher's mitt there, but there's a lot of room to get that out. Shot stone for Inglis. Lots of room to get that over the top. I think you had to throw some kind of drill freeze there, in my own opinion. So Fujisawa, final stone of end number 6. Facing 1. Looking to score an awful lot. Final stone of the 6th. On it right away to hold the line. Got to get the Inglis stone over the top. It's got to go over the top. It does. Catches one in the back on the way out. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 for Fujisawa. And they have a 9-4 advantage. Great shot. Took a little bit out along the way, but it was a big 4 spot for them. And we'll be back in a moment from Swift Current.
Welcome to the Rockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rockshop has it all. Shop online anytime at the Rockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. The Rockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Developed over a decade in collaboration with the finest ice makers this side of the Atlantic, the Pebblehead PB5 is nothing short of a triumph of sophistication and craftsmanship. Weighing less than half its lumbering copper predecessors, yet boasting tenfold their durability, the PB5 delivers perfect, consistent ice, time after time. The PB5 by Pebbleheads.com, the apex of ice-making ingenuity for the roaring game of curling.
And Marlins.
Phillies too.
And welcome back to Swift Current. It was a shot for 6 for Fujisawa. Ended up with 4. That's an awful lot too. She has a 5-point lead heading here in end number 7. You don't get a chance to see a possible 6 very often. But you're watching the RBC Dominion Securities Western Showdown here on Curling Stadium. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. About 650 of you watching right now. So we need more thumbs up. See the beautiful, absolutely perfect push shot there. As you see the guard come back up again. And we rang, there we go. That is so incredibly difficult. They pushed that guard all the way through the rings and left it back there. Now, since it's traversed the rings, it can be removed. So not only do they make the excellent push shot, now they're going to make sure he can never freeze to it. Oh no! They pushed it into the rings. And everybody with a laugh on that, because that is exceedingly difficult to do. Oh. Sure, we don't have a replay of that, but oh my goodness. Yes, we do. We do have a replay. So you get this. Now the house comes further out as you get closer towards the center, and they just grazed it and spun the rock onto the rings. So 2 stones invested. Instead of a guard, now Inglis has one on the rings. I dare you to see that happen again this season. Wow. I think I've seen that happen maybe twice in the time I've curled. I don't even know if it's been that much. But now here comes the peel. And here comes the guard. Do 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 do. And that is not a guard, it's in the rings. But regardless, now the double runs in there, so rather than appeal, try to kill them both now. For Fujisawa, this is as if her eyes are irritated, just wants to get the red out. They get the one, they slide past the one in the back. So still a chance for Inglis to try to build something here. She's going to draw underneath her guard. Ignore that one for now. Trying to keep this one moving. It does not have enough. It doinks off the guard and towards the center. You could kill both of those guards at once. I think I'd probably take that on, or one of the rings. If it's gone, it can never score. Double peel should not jam. It should make it over the yellow. Instead, just going to take the one out in the back. Sometimes people have trouble with these because they're not used to calling the extra 6 feet behind the tee line. But, ooh! Not a problem for these curlers. We have one of our folks in the chat suggesting that if this score holds, that next game for Team Loco Solare will be 2:30 a.m. Monday, Japan time. Don't know if that's accurate or not. That's what Google Translate told me. I would think they have a game on Sunday or Saturday. But we still have a lot to go to figure out the full playoff situation here. But 3-0 will certainly punch their ticket for sure. A loss here for Inglis will surely mean that they're eliminated. I always lose track of the magic of the international date line. So, hearing from our statistician that it will be either the second or third draw of tomorrow. So that is either noon Central Time or 2:45 Central Time. And then, of course, that's the first playoff game, and they'd have to advance from there. So all the pool winners, plus the next best two, make the direct qualifying game. And if they weren't able to pull it off in that, they would get a second opportunity. So it's just a matter of eliminating some reds here. Wide open for Fujisawa to come after. And that's gone, and it's going to be a draw for one for Inglis. Final stone in the seventh. Is that one going to hang on in the back of the rings? Yes, it will. It's a single point for Inglis, and that'll be handshakes. So it's a win and an undefeated pool play record for Team Fujisawa at 3-0. Team Inglis does drop to 0-3, and that'll be the end of their road for this weekend. It was an exciting game with lots of good shots made by both teams. And it was a pleasure to bring it to you. Stay tuned here on Curling Stadium. We're going to send you right over to the conclusion of the game between Ross White and Ryland Kleider. Jim Nixon, Sean Joyce have the call over there. But for right now, from Swift Current, for Kaylee and Jerry, I'm Dave Schmel. Thank you for watching Curling Stadium. Arigato gozaimasu.